At a soggy Westminster by the looks of it. Eleanor, first of all, the comments of Speaker Bercow. One can only imagine how well those words went down at number 10.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall in Downing Street this evening, Clive. Yes, I mean, these comments by the Speaker were unprecedented, pretty extraordinary, a diplomatic rebuke. And the Speaker's job, the role of the Speaker, is a bit like a referee, if you like, in the House of Commons. They're in charge of the House of Commons, but the position is neutral. And that is why there are people saying this is... his comments are far from neutral, in fact, that he has overstepped the line and has been extremely political in what he has said. The thing about him saying this is that the Speaker is one of three key players, if you like, who can dish out the invitations to the great and good to come and speak in Parliament. And by making his views so apparently clear that he doesn't want President Trump to come to Parliament, he has in effect vetoed any potential visit for the US President to come to Parliament. That means it just simply cannot happen going forward. And there will be anger and frustration in Downing Street because the Prime Minister does not have the power to overrule what the Speaker has decided. So I'm sure there will be some fury in Downing Street tonight. But of course, there may be people out in the country, but also MPs in Parliament who are pleased by what the Speaker has said this evening. We know there has been a growing opposition, 1.8 million signatures now on that petition to stop the state or the planned state visit of President Trump later this month. But certainly it is totally unprecedented for a Speaker to make this type of comment. OK, and Eleanor, as you cling on to that umbrella, and you're doing a good job of it, there's a lot going on in the Commons at the moment. The Brexit debate is continuing. We know the Labour Party and the SNP are tabling amendments, but Theresa May had a warning for some in her own party. Yes, that's right. We've got to the nitty-gritty stages of this bill, the Brexit bill, if you like, and that's when MPs can try to amend, to change the bill, to persuade the government it should be this way or that way, and that's what's going on in the House of Commons as I speak. One thing, though, that we had earlier this afternoon was an update from the Prime Minister. She'd just come back from her visit to Malta with the other 27 member states, and so she came to the Commons to give an update on what had happened there. And one topic that kept coming back was whether there could be a reciprocal arrangement for UK nationals living in other EU states and those EU nationals living here in Britain. And Theresa May did address that issue when she came to the Commons earlier.
EU citizens living in the UK make a vital contribution to our economy and our society. And without them we would be poorer and our public services weaker. So we will make securing the reciprocal agreement that will guarantee their status a priority as soon as the negotiations begin. And I want to see this agreed as soon as possible because that is in everyone's interests. Mr. Speaker, our European partners now want to get on with the negotiations. So do I, and so does this House.
Now, really what Theresa May was saying is that, yes, it's her priority to get that reciprocal arrangement in place, and she has tried to do that. But the perspective from the other EU countries was that that couldn't be done ahead of the formal talks starting. We're still waiting for the divorce talks to officially start. That'll be when something called Article 50, which is a procedure, if you like, is triggered by Theresa May. So until that officially starts and is triggered, Theresa May says she's not going to be able to get that reciprocal arrangement in place. And it is a topic that has been discussed this afternoon and into this evening by MPs who are now also debating things like how often the government is going to come to the Commons and the Lords to update MPs on their negotiations as they go on over the next couple of years. And they're also discussing things like how Parliament is going to be able to scrutinise any confidential documents that will be related to the negotiations. So lots of nitty-gritty discussions going on in the House of Commons tonight on just how exactly Article 50 will be triggered and what amendments MPs can put down.
OK. Eleanor, many thanks for that. Eleanor Garnier there at Westminster.